Ready?
Do it. Oh, dude. I had to hold it so I wouldn't. Come here, Hutch. Come here. Well, we finally did it. We harvested our first flock of Cornish crosses. This is the first time that we've raised animals on our property that we were going to harvest. At first it was a little intimidating, just the whole idea of it, but to be quite honest, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Oh, this is a big one. It took up a lot of space. I think the thing that scared me the most was getting too emotional about it. Yes, I think it's a serious thing. And definitely something that is very humbling, but it was also very fulfilling. There's just something about being able to grow and raise your own food. The process itself is a little tedious. There's quite a bit that went into the preparation. You know, I raised the chickens myself. I actually didn't do the dispatching myself. We had a couple of friends that joined us who also wanted to learn how to do this. So it was 4 of us that actually did it, and we were each assigned to a certain station. Mine in particular was the cleaning, and honestly I was really surprised at how clinical and methodical it became. Did a few chickens, we were able to kind of get through it and people kind of got in the zone. We were able to harvest and process 27 Cornish crosses in about 2.5 hours. We couldn't have done that without a plucker. And that was one of the things. I reached out to some of my Facebook groups, some homesteading groups, because I wanted to be prepared, fully prepared for the entire experience. And so I reached out to the group and asked them some questions about processing chickens. And so I've got really wonderful responses, things that, you know, some of the things that I knew that we were kind of preparing for, and then a couple of things that I hadn't even thought about. And so one of those things was making sure that you had 2 sources of water, and we only have access to 1 spigot, at least with a hose, and so we had to go get a splitter for that spigot so that we can run 2 separate hoses and have 2 separate water sources. Wanted to say a huge thank you to those communities on Facebook that really helped us you know, prepare for this, because it is a huge process, you know, to do it right. And so we were really surprised that it took just 2.5 hours really to go through all of that. We're really excited. We have a freezer now that's stocked full of chicken that should last us the remainder of the year and hopefully through some of the colder months in the winter. And so I am really excited about that and having our own homegrown, home-raised pasture chicken. I actually joked with some friends from the city, or that grew up in the city like I did, if I had to turn in my city girl card now, because I think this is as country as you can get, and this is about as self-sufficient as you can get, and far from that city life. And so I think I still get to keep it because there's always going to be that city girl in me. But I think moving forward, it's definitely something that we're going to keep doing. also wanted to give a huge thank you to our friends Craig and Amy, who came out to do this for the first time. They were also beginners, but wanted to understand the process and wanted to know what all was involved. And so I really appreciate them coming out and learning with us and helping us go through all this, because I can tell you right now, we wouldn't have been able to process 27 Cornish crosses in 2.5 hours without them. So huge thank you to them. Last one. Did it. Woohoo! And to answer the question of will we do this again, the answer is yes. Yes, next spring we're going to do it again. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Emma from Sonnie's Place, encouraging you to grow your best life. Adios.